as well. So in this video, I'm going to go through another topic from the website Physics and Math Tutor. So I'll focus on mathematics grade 8 to 9 and focus on the second set of questions, which is based on the topic perpendicular lines and the equation of a tangent. So if I open this in a new tab here is the PDF link. So as you can see, there are a lot of questions here. So I'll focus on the first question, which is a geometric coordinate based straight line question. So if you look at the first question, it has a graph here and a straight line with 2 points here, A and B, with the coordinates given. So A is at the point 0, 1 and B is at the point 10, 6. So it says the equation of the straight line through A and B is y equal half x plus 1. This is the equation of this straight line. So what is required? For A, write down the equation of another straight line which is parallel to this straight line equation. So I have to write down an equation that is parallel to this straight line. Another straight line that is parallel, like something like this or this, etc. So if I go to my note and let me open a new note. So here is a new note, that was the previous one, completing the square. So I'll open a new note here. So as you can see, if I draw this graph roughly, so let's say this is the graph. So this is the x-axis and this is the y-axis. So as you can see, this line A and B, let's say it's something like this, where this is what? A, point A, with the coordinates of 0, 1. So it has the coordinate of 0 and 1, and B, let's say this point is B, and it has a coordinate of 10 and 6. 10 and 6. So for the first problem, I have to find the equation of a straight line through A and B, or sorry, the equation of another straight line parallel to this. So this is a straight line, okay? So this is a straight line. I have to find another straight line that is parallel. For example, could be something like this. Let's say this is parallel straight line. I have to find the equation of this straight line. So what is this straight line here? This straight line equation is represented by what? Y equals half x plus 1, or y equals half x plus 1, where this half, this is the slope of the, it's called slope, sorry, this is called slope. So this is the slope, which is also represented by m technically. So this is the slope of this straight line. So the slope is something that is a tangent, or it can be written as, let's say this is horizontal and this is vertical to this line, and this is an angle which is theta. So the slope, this is the slope, is the slope, or the slope of this line is what? Tan theta. So this is also represented by m technically. So what I have to do here is find a parallel line. Because it's a parallel line, it has the same slope. Because if you think of this, line and draw a perpendicular here. It also has the same slope or the same angle theta. It has the same slope. So parallel lines have the same slope. So if I write the equation of a line, which is the standard equation, y equals mx plus a constant. So I know the slope because it's a parallel line. So the slope is what? Half, right? So the slope is half because it's a parallel line. So the slope is the same. So half x plus c. So this is y. So if I go here, so another straight line parallel to y equals half x plus 1. Okay. So this is half x plus 1. Okay. So this is the parallel equation. Now the value of c, this can be any value that is where c can be any value that is a constant. It's a constant. It can be any value except the value which is given here, which is plus 1. So c can be any value except 1, except 1, or I can write in technical terms c not equal to 1. It can be any value except 1 because I need to have another straight line that can be parallel. It can be another parallel line like something like this, etc., which also has the same slope theta. So this is the answer, which is I have to find the equation has slope half, so y equals half x plus a constant which is not 1, anything but 1. So for B, it says write down the equation of another straight line that passes through the point 0, 1. So if I look at this graph again, 0, 1, this point, so I have to find a straight line that passes through this point. It can be any line that passes through this point A. For example, it can be something like this, or something like this, something like this, etc. It can be any line, straight line that passes through this point. So I have to find the equation of another straight line that passes through the point A. So any straight line that passes through the point A might have different slopes, right? So if I write the equation, which is the standard equation, y equals mx, m is the slope, mx plus c, it has the slope can be any value. So if this line, any line that goes through A, which is 0.01, if I use these coordinates of x and y and write it here, 1 equals m multiplied by 0 plus c, or c is what? 1, because this is 0, right? This term is 0, so c is 1. So the constant should be 1. So if I rewrite the equation, y equals mx plus the value of c is 1. Now the slope, it can be any slope that passes through or it can be any straight line with a slope that passes through the point A, right? So if it passes through the point A, M is here is a variable. So this is the equation of a line that passes through the point A. Any straight line that passes through the point A, where M slope, the slopes can differ here because clearly this the slope of this line is not the same as the slope of these lines. These are not parallel lines, right? So this is how you solve the question number the question B. So for question C here, find the equation of the line perpendicular to AB passing through B. So I have to find the line perpendicular to AB. Let me redraw this because it's a bit congested here. So let me draw this one again. So if I go to the graph, let me redraw the graph. Let's say this is the graph X and Y. So this is the straight line with A with at the point, this point, which is what, 0 and 1, and let's say this point which is B, which is what, it 10 6. Okay, so it's 10 6, right? So I have to find the equation of a line that is perpendicular to AB passing through B. So this line has to pass through, that is perpendicular to AB. So what is perpendicular to AB? That's something that resembles this. For example, this is 90 degree, right? And passes through this line B. So I have to find the equation of this line, right? Yeah. So I have to find the equation of this line. So as you can see, this line AB has a different slope. For example, it has this slope which is theta. Let's say I draw a perpendicular here, imaginary perpendicular. So the slope of AB, let's say it's denoted by M of AB, right? So the slope of AB is what, tan theta, right? Tan theta, right? Which is perpendicular divided by the base. So if I say this point is, let's say this point is C and this point is D. So what is this angle? This angle, if this angle is theta and this is a triangle and this is 90 degree, then this is 90 plus theta, because this angle is the summation of this angle plus this angle. If this is a triangle, right, which it is, so this angle is 90 plus theta. And if you notice well, then this angle is actually the slope of this perpendicular straight line, right? So the slope of, let's say this is BC, I have to find the slope of BC. So the slope of BC is what? Tan 90 plus theta. So if I multiply these two slopes, let's say m of AB dot m of BC, this is what? Tan theta dot tan 90 plus theta, right? Which is what? Tan 90 plus theta has a trigonometric formula, which is what? I can write tan theta dot tan 90 plus theta is what? Minus cot theta. So it can also be represented by what? Tan theta dot minus 1 by tan theta, because cot theta is 1 by tan theta. So if I cut off this 2, then I have what? Minus 1. So the multiplication of two slopes perpendicular to each other is minus 1. This is a formula, this is a geometric coordinate formula, straight line formula, but I wanted to show you how this formula is derived to understand it better. So the multiplication of this of the slope of this line multiplied by the slope of this line is 1, minus 1, sorry, which is minus 1. So I have to find the equation perpendicular to AB passing through B. Okay, so I have to find the equation of BC, right? So what is the standard equation? The standard equation is what? I know the slope of AB because AB is what? The slope of AB is, I have the equation, which is y equal half x plus 1. So this, the value of this is what? Half. So m of BC, or the slope of BC, is what? Minus 2. If I take it here, it will be what? Minus 2. This is the slope of this line BC. So if I know the slope, the equation would be what? Y equals m of BC, which is minus 2 x plus a constant. Now I don't know the value of constant, but I can get the value of constant because this line goes through B. This line goes through B, which has a coordinate of 10, 6. So if I use the values here, the value of y is what? 6, and the value of x is what? 2 dot 10 plus c, or minus 20 plus c. So the value of c here is what? 26. So the equation would be y equals minus 2x plus 26. This is the equation of the straight line perpendicular to AB, which is BC. This is what? Y equals minus 2x plus 26. So I wanted to focus on these three parts of 1. So I hope you understand how I did it. So for the first question, I went through. The first question said that this is a line with A and B, 2 points, and I have to find the equation of a line that is parallel. So if a line is parallel, any line can be here, it can be here. Any line that is parallel to this equation should have the same slope. So it should be what? It should be y equal half x plus c. Now the value of c, this value will be anything but 1. It can be 2 or minus or something else. So it can be like this line or this line, etc. So the value of the constant c is actually anything but 1. It actually works as a variable in the answer. So for the second question, I went through I have to find the equation of the straight line that passes through that point 0, 1. So I have to find any line, any equation of a straight line that passes through the point A, this point. So what I did here was, because it goes through the point A, I can use the standard formula. I use the standard formula using x and y coordinate values to find the value of m, the slope, sorry, not the slope, but the constant. So I found the value of the constant and use that constant here, and m, the slope, was a variable because it can be any line that goes through, any straight line that goes through the point A. And for the third one, I explained how the slopes of two lines perpendicular to each other, two straight lines that are perpendicular to each other, the slopes of these two lines, the multiplication of the slopes of these two lines are -1 by demonstrating the theory using the trigonometric formula. And then because it's -1 and I know one slope, so I can get the value of another slope which was -2 and use the value of the slope and the coordinates of B to find the value of C, and then found the full equation. So I hope you understand how I went through these three parts of the problem number 1. So I hope you like and enjoyed this video.